daughter, Lauren, who is 9, about to be 10 in a few weeks, has asked me more and more about what I do and why I do this, and she doesn't really know everything that I do because I feel like some of it isn't age appropriate yet, because she is 9 going on 10, but really she's a very old soul and a very wise young, age-wise young lady, and she wanted me to interview her, so I am going to interview her because I don't know if I'm going to use this at any point, but I think it's good just to have, because I do feel that age-appropriate sex education is extremely important. Not just about the biological part of it, the physical part of it, but also the emotional and the spiritual part of it as well. I think that might be even more important, because the physical part you can Google and find out and do whatever you want and find out all kinds of stuff. But the meaning of sex, what it is, the spiritual part of sex, the emotional part of sex, and potential consequences and all that, that's what, that's what I think we need to be teaching our children as well. So, this is weird for me.
This is weird for me too.
Okay. But I think it's extremely important. I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet, but I think it's extremely important just to get, just to document it and see what happens. But why do you want me to interview you?
Well, a few reasons. I guess that I wanted to see more about what things and what questions that you ask and stuff like that, and I wanted to find out how it feels to talk about this kind of stuff, and it's just mostly curiosity on how it would feel and stuff.
What would feel actually being interviewed, or what, or me, or you want to know more about what I do? Well,
both probably.
Okay.
Because I don't really know.
Okay. Okay. Well, one of my goals with this, with Sex with April and talking about sex and spirituality, is education, and not just children's or younger people's education, but also adult education, because I think that's where it starts, because I think we're really screwed up, and I don't want to pass that down to our kids. So one of my goals or theories is that we as adults, my generation, hopefully older, and just kind of people who have influence, we need to fix our messed up views and what our patterns and stuff, and what we're told about sex and what it was and what we're taught, and society's ideas and views about sex, I feel are very, very unhealthy, and I'd like to change that. I'd like for them to be very healthy and hopefully help develop a better sense of what it is, so people will embrace it and utilize it for healing and loving and connecting and really what it truly is, versus abusing it and using it for hurt and pain and the negative consequences, I guess. And that's in the fear, really what we're taught. Well, I was taught, was that it's something that you don't do, and that it's bad, and that it's taboo, and you definitely don't talk about it, and you don't, which is just, and you don't, what little boys are taught versus what little girls are taught are just really, really counterproductive to people having a healthy life, healthy sex life too. Mm-hmm. So that's my first thing is, first off, adults, we have to fix ourselves. Mm-hmm. And then, so once we do and get a better sense of what it is, then we have to look to our children and ask ourselves, not necessarily what do I want to teach my kid. You start with, what kind of sex life do I want my child to have as an adult? When it's time for them to have, for them, whatever time that is. Mm-hmm. But when, I want you to be a healthy, loving, the best you could possibly be. And I think, only educating you as much as I can and teaching you what I feel, sorry, the cat, looking at the cat, what I think, helping teach you and, giving you as much information as I can about not only the physical part, but the spiritual and the emotional part, I'd like to, hopefully give you a strong foundation of what that is. And so I would like for you to have a very healthy sex life. I want you to be happy and healthy and whole and empowered. And I just want you to be happy. So that's where I've then thought backwards in, okay, age appropriate wise, what do I teach my daughter about sex? But, because I have you and then I have also a younger daughter. Mm-hmm. So, who knows how that's going to go down, but at least, I can practice with you. Mm-hmm. But it's weird because, I've asked you a few times, you'll ask me what about sex, and I always turn it around back on you and say, what do you think it is? And you've just floored me with your responses. I mean, one of my hashtags came from you. Really? Is sex is love doing what it does.
Oh my gosh.
And that was about a year and a half ago or a year or two ago, whenever you were saying, Mom, what do you do? Why do you talk about sex? Blah, blah, blah. And all this stuff. And and you said, what is sex? And I go, what do you think it is? And you said, sex is love doing what it does. And that's a hashtag now. Thank you, Lauren.
Oh my gosh.
So what do you, do you have any more thoughts or ideas about what do you think it is? And
well, I have I just want to say something about, I know how people say that you should be a certain age to do it, but I don't think you have to be digits. I think you should, just to be, ready for it, to take on the responsibilities of either the consequence or, what's going to happen. It doesn't really, I don't think it really matters how old you are. It just matters on how much responsibility you have.
Right. Right. Yes and no. Physiology, I don't know. I'm so torn with this. Biologically, I think, animalistic wise and stuff or whatever, we are primed and ready to have sex younger than I think emotionally we're ready for. Really, I might, tick some people off, but really, once you go through puberty and get your period, really that means biologically, physically, that means you're ready. But emotionally and spiritually and all that other stuff, you're not ready.
Yeah.
Or
it really depends.
No, you're not ready.
Okay.
No. At 13, I don't think.
Yeah, that's true.
12, 13, no.
Yeah, no.
No, there's so much to learn and so many potential consequences that I really, really don't think a 12-year-old, 13-year-old, 14, 15, point. 16, I don't know the age, but I don't think it's not just the person, it's not just you, Lauren, it's also the partner.
Yes.
they also have to be ready too. And you might be more mature, but they're not. They're not ready. You know, I guess that's what makes me nervous about, an age or a minimum age, or I don't, but that's a bridge we'll cross when we get there.
Yeah.
You're 9.
Yes.
Going on, you're about to be 10 soon.
Uh-huh.
So, I just, I'm not ready for that.
Me neither. Yeah, definitely.
You're not right. Yeah, we're still talking about it. We're still just in the phase of what is it?
Yes.
So, well, what do you think it is? I mean,
I have a lot of theories.
Okay. I have a lot of time.
Well, obviously, one of your hashtags is embarrassingly. Yes, that's one of my theories. And I think also that it's love or sex. Which one?
Well, why are they separate?
Oh, good point there.
Well, no, there's romance. There's different types of love.
Yes.
So there's romantic love, and which is what sex is part of.
Yeah.
Well, what the act of sex is a part of. Sex actually is a part of reproduction and all of that stuff too. But that's also love. That's a type of love. So. Okay. So love.
Okay. I think it really depends can I say something?
Yes.
Okay, it's just, it might sound a little bit crazy, but I think I may have been in love with a guy once.
Okay.
Although I am very young, I think I have. And, yeah, I think I did. And
You think you were in love?
Yes, I think so, because honestly, I didn't think he was, I don't want this to sound bad, but I thought he looked I didn't think he looked as good, I didn't think he was cute, so I knew, obviously, he was, but he wasn't really my type, kind of thing.
Okay.
So, obviously...
What is your type?
What is my type? But, wait, you're getting off the subject,
No.
so...
Oh, okay. Oh, you're right. Okay, wait a minute. Who's doing the interviewing here? Whoa. Wow. Okay.
Okay. So, yeah, I didn't really have any other explanation. At first, I thought he was just my friend. Mm-hmm. Like, we would hang out a lot, and, we would prank people and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And I didn't really see it, but I guess I was in love because, he was my friend. And then, I don't know, something happened. Oh, no, I went to second grade, and that's when because I didn't see him anymore. So that's what made me realize that I loved him. Because I didn't see him anymore.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to say names.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm used to not saying names.
Okay, good. So yeah, that's one of my things, and what I think of love is probably all the positive emotions put together.
Oh, yeah, that was the other thing that you said. Love is all the positives balled into one or something like that. One emotion. One feeling.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome, too.
Yeah, thanks. It's really strong, and it's crazy how powerful it is. Mm-hmm. So... Usually it's just, I forgot what I was about to say.
So we're talking about love and what you think it is and how powerful it is.
Yeah, I don't know. It just,
It is pretty. It's extremely powerful.
Yeah, it's crazy. It just you can't really explain it. I mean, honestly, you can't really explain. I mean, you can in a few ways, but if you've been in love and someone asks you how it feels, you're just like, you're going to have to find out on your own. Because
I have a question for you.
Oh, dear.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
You know, sometimes, like, when you're having a hard time, or I'm having a hard time, or whatever, and sometimes I just make you, I make us sit down and, like, really hug. And not just a, hey, love you, Mom, da-da-da-da, hug, or see you later from school, or, you know, when I drop you off, or whatever, but I really sit down, and I try to give you good, positive energy. And I remember the first time we did that, I said, sit down and just try to feel this. Or I don't even know if I said that, but I remember us hugging, and then I pulled away at some point, and then I said, did you feel that? And you're like, yeah. What, do you remember what I'm talking about?
I think so. How old was I? Like,
it was just about, we've done it a couple times where I've sat you down, and I'm like, okay, hold on. And I've just held you.
Yeah, and that feels really good.
It's like, and I focus on just positive love and energy and support and stuff, and just really focus on that. And I think sometimes you can feel it. Like, it's okay. The cat is,
oh, no, don't.
He's okay.
Okay, what if he touches the keys or whatever?
He's okay.
Okay.
Big kitty cat. But, that is also, like, it's an energy transfer. It's a transfer of love. And so it's really, really cool that you can feel that, you know, because
my
that's
age,
well, just not even age, just not too many people can feel that, because they haven't they've been so programmed to not feel like instinctual feelings, you know, love and stuff, because we've been so, not you, hopefully, I'm trying really hard not to mess you up, you know, but most people, you know, it's just patterns, you know, and fear and all these layers of bullshit, basically. Excuse my language.
It's okay.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. They don't. I mean, the listeners, I don't think, care. But all this layer of fear and all these authority figures and schools and religions and all this stuff piling on. Don't do this. Don't do this. This is bad. This is wrong. Feel guilty. Fear, 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 fear. Negative, 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 negative. I know. Hold on. Sorry, the cat was messing with stuff. All this fear and negativity and stuff. And so that's why we have this messed up view of what sex actually is. And so what my goal is with my children, and hopefully you guys with your children, is, well, first off, to fix it in our own brains, to then to be able to live that, because not only can you just tell your kids something, I mean, that's probably 10% of it. They need to see it and feel it. So that's the other 90% of how a child learns, is that they see and feel and experience. And so if you have a good, healthy attitude about it, they will too. But if you have an unhealthy attitude about it, they're going to have some screwed up stuff too. So that's what my goal is with you and Samantha, is to be able to teach you and show you, not show you, but, you know, so you can, I mean, you don't have to see sex, but you can see, to show you love and what love is and what you should expect, you know, from a partner, and, you know, and not only expect from a partner, but expect from loved ones. And so you can, you know, you can love the way you want to love, and hopefully that's a healthy, organic way.
Organic.
You know? Clean, healthy, you know? Spirit and soul and energy and love. And I hope that you attract that kind of partner and you both are happy. Okay. You know? So what else do you have any questions for me? I feel like I'm the one who's being interviewed now.
Kinda.
This is funny.
Well, I was told that you didn't really, or like the questions that you had were like for other ages and stuff.
Yeah, you wanted to know about the questions that I asked. Well, so a lot of times when I interview people, I want to know about their sexual history, how they were raised. Did they have any sexual abuse or trauma? Because that'll mold it. And not only, I mean, you're this, overt, I guess you can have different ways of sexual abuse and trauma. I haven't had any overt, like, quote unquote, take people to court, criminal sexual abuse kind of things. But I think that, a lot of times what the fear and the negligence and the abstinence training and the pray the gay away and all the bullshit really, I think that's a form of abuse. It's an abuse of the power of sex, and it abuses and takes away the healthy and amazing, wonderful, beautiful, positive benefits that come from sex. And so I do think that's a form of abuse. So, I'll talk to people about that. I'll ask them. I'll also ask them, their views on who knows what the topic is. Okay, cat, get off that, please. And then, let's see. It all depends on the subject, and a lot of stuff I can't really talk to you much about because it's just, it's not age appropriate.
Yeah.
But I've actually been talking a lot with several of my friends, some really, really cool moms who are, have a lot of the same views that I do on how we want to teach our kids about sex and how we want to teach our kids about most everything pretty much. So, what else?
I just, obviously I haven't really uncovered stuff about life or sex, obviously, because I'm a child. So are there any things that I should know about either subject, or like the things that you...
Life and sex? Oh my God. That's a big one. You're gonna have to narrow that down about sex.
Well, I don't know.
What do you want to know?
I guess.
And what do you want to know at this point? I don't even know. I'm not sure. I'm learning with you. I really am. I mean, you're my first kid,
Yeah.
I mean, I've never had an almost 10-year-old. And I've never had, once you're 10, it's all new for me too. It's almost having an 11-year-old. And, each new phase or each new age or each new growth, every month it seems like it changes. So I have to change my perspective and understand what's going on with you too, So it's all new for me too. So what do you want to know?
Wow.
I mean, what do you want to know about kissing or...
Well, I guess we could talk about that. Like, how do you know... Because I've never had my first kiss, so how do you know if you should or you shouldn't or whatever?
I guess you go by how it feels.
Yeah.
If it doesn't feel good, I wouldn't do it.
True.
And it's okay to say no if somebody asks you.
Oh, I know.
I know you know, but I'm letting them know. Everybody else. That your body is your body.
Yeah.
And maybe that's where we need to be focusing on is you and your body and your power and your, what sex should mean to you and love and, kissing and hugging, being intimate, I guess. And that sounds so weird talking to you about that.
Why?
Because it's just, I don't know. This is hard for me too. I mean, I talk about it with adults very, very, vague or confidently and very, matter of fact and whatever, just very, I kept trying to think of the word. Very, candidly and confidently, but with you it's different, just because it's all new for me.
Am I like
too.
a mini grown-up or something?
Well, yeah, it's hard. You're different. You're an old soul. You talk to. I've seen adults sit down with you, and you will talk to them about relationships. And they I can't believe the stuff that y'all are talking about. And then after the fact, they just look at me and talk to me, and they're like, I can't believe I just had that conversation with a 9-year-old. I'm like, I know. I can't believe you did either, and then that you learned from it too. So it's really hard talking to you from my point of view, because you are so mature in so many ways. But then at the same time, you're still 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So spiritually.
So it's hard. It's hard to, because I don't talk to you. I mean, I don't imagine. Maybe Samantha's pretty smart too. I mean, but I don't know if I don't know where she's gonna be. You know what I mean? Every kid is completely different. Just because you're 9 doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
I mean, physically, yes.
Yes.
But mentally, emotionally, spiritually, it doesn't seem you're way more mature.
Yeah.
So it is hard to talk to you about it from my point of view, because sometimes I just tell you, I talk to you like an adult, and sometimes I'm like, oh wait, you're 9. So.
Well, I like to have grown-up conversations with grown-ups, because I don't know, it just kind of feels right, because usually when I'm having a conversation like with the kid at school or something like that, it'll be very different. I'll obviously talk not different. I won't talk differently, but I guess, I don't know.
It's from a different perspective.
Yes. And we'll talk about something weird, and when it comes to grown-ups, we'll talk about a subject and then go off of that subject when it comes to kids.
Well, get used to that.
Yeah.
Because I don't necessarily think that's your age, because that's how I feel when I talk to most people besides my inner circle.
Oh.
So, I mean, we're different,
It's a good thing.
I know, it is.
Different's
but we
good.
are, different than most people, and don't really have all the same ideas and theories and thoughts and feelings and emotions and stuff, but that's what makes us us, and that's what makes us unique, and that should be celebrated. Yeah, I know, growing up at your age, and all through, I'm almost 40, and so all through my life, a lot of times I felt very alone, because I was different. And I didn't fit in really a lot. I always had different thoughts and views. I remember when, than my family, which is weird. Not so much my dad. Yeah, still my dad, but I've always been different. I've always thought differently than my family and the church. I remember at 13, I asked, a lot of questions to my youth minister. And I got, asked so many questions, and he just got to the point where he said, well, April, you just have to believe. And I'm like, or you have to have faith or something like that. And I'm like, no, I don't. And so I walked out and never went back. I mean, I've tried other things and other churches, and those didn't work out. They're just the same thing. I mean, yeah, I'll go to like a Unitarian church sometimes.
Is that the thing that welcomes
everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been to that before.
That sounds like a really good religion, I think.
Yeah.
Because I guess that's kind of us, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
I would say... If we had to choose a religion, we'd probably choose that one.
Yeah, but we don't have to.
Yeah, but like if
yeah,
we would definitely.
Yeah, that we don't really have to, and we have our own religion, our own spirituality, our own beliefs, and I mean, if we can get into spirituality too. I've always wanted to educate my kids on spirituality, religions, theology, theories, Buddhism, everything. And then I just want them, if they want to choose something or do something, or if they want to be, go to Judaism or something, I want to support them. I want them to have an educated, I want them to have their own lives and choose, but I want you to be educated on it as much as I can,
So
or if you're interested in something, then I want you to really
know what you're doing.
Yeah, research it and figure it out. Just don't blindly follow stuff. And ask questions and challenge authority. And just because somebody says something doesn't mean that it's right.
True.
Or just because the internet says it doesn't make it right.
Yeah.
Or the government, or religions, or I hate to say it, but teachers and stuff. Just because authority figures say this, that doesn't mean it's right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not, there's a way to respectfully challenge authority, mm-hmm. or ask questions, or not necessarily challenge, but to inquire. Because you have every right to have your questions answered. And you have every right to be okay or not okay with those answers. Like the whole, me being told at 13 that, well, you just have to have faith or you just have to believe or whatever. And I'm like, oh, no, I don't.
Why?
That's my choice to believe or not to believe.
But obviously they didn't think that.
Yeah, but I don't care.
Yeah.
It's my damn life. It's your damn life. It's Samantha's damn life. So you're the only one who knows what you want. I can just help support you be the best you can be and be happy. That's all I want, is for you to be the best you can be and be happy. Whatever that means, that's what you're going to have to figure out.
Okay.
But my job is to support you in doing that.
Wow. Is your longest or
interview? Oh, no. No, my longest one is about an hour and a half.
Oh, wow. Sounds like some intense stuff.
Yeah. It was with, I can tell you this. It was with an older gay man.
Oh, yay.
And
yay.
him, yeah, no, you and I both have an affinity for gay men.
Gay people.
Yeah. And, we, what was I going to say? Oh, it was a gay man, and it was more, because I've learned I've learned the most from Europeans. And,
really?
Yeah, and gay men.
Oh, wow.
And I did an interview with a very, 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 I love this man, but a very spiritual, mature, wonderful, beautiful gay man who, wanted to give some really great spiritual, empowering advice to straight women. About straight men. Or about men in general, I guess.
It sounds too good to be true.
Yeah, it was pretty earth-shattering for me. So, for me, And so I can't wait. I haven't, it's almost finished editing, and it hasn't gone public yet, but it will be soon. So, and I'll be promoting that. But is there anything else?
Well, I mean, I'm just curious if, like, I have thought about something, if I wanted to talk about it during the interview, but I can't remember it. So
that's all right. Well, the weird thing is that I can interview you pretty much anytime because you live with me. Yeah. And so if we need to stop this and then come back, or maybe have another session in 6 months or something, or, just, keep evolving in our talks and interviews and then just open up the questions and we'll talk about it. And maybe we'll get questions from some other people that would be on how, on what we feel or what I feel is appropriate for kids or not, or I don't know. Who knows? Let's just open it up.
And what do you think, or what inspired you to do the Sex with April thing?
Okay.
What?
No, it's.
I mean,
what I was saying before.
Yeah.
For some reason, I've always been fascinated with the topic of sex. Just from many viewpoints on it. From love and what it is, and probably because I was told you don't do it till you're married and that it's bad, and then I'm like, well, how does being married, how does a legal document between two people, how does that make sex all of a sudden okay and you're supposed to enjoy it? How do you just flip the switch?
Yeah. Like, just because you're married.
And then you're gonna have, then even at a young age, I was like, and then you're gonna deny gay people getting married, so then they're not religious, they're not supposed to love each other and have sex and stuff. That's just bullshit too.
I have a viewpoint about, like, lesbians and gay people.
Okay.
And, like, us, honestly,
straight. Well, or I don't know. Are you? Do you know?
Well, just
I haven't even talked to you about that either. So I don't even know if you'll know at this point. Who knows?
Okay. Well, the thing is, I think some people think that it's like they have this different kind of love, and honestly, all love is the same. Or at least on my perspective.
Real love.
Real love is the same no matter who you love or what you love. I mean, it's kind of crazy that people say just, like, to say that they have a different kind of love.
Or that their love is wrong.
Or that too. Or that saying that they're really different when they're really not, because they love their own kind of gender. Mm-hmm. So, and I have met a few transgender people, and I've met obviously lesbians, and I really don't think that there's much a difference. People are people. I mean, obviously the two differences is body parts.
Just physical.
Physical, that's the only really difference, but everything else is really the same.
It's love.
Yeah. Even, like, yeah.
Okay. You're so cool. You're just so freaking cool.
Oh my gosh.
You just are. I'm amazed with you all the time.
Really?
Yeah. Really. I really, really am. So. All right.
Yeah.
We need to go.
I think so.
We've got to go to another meeting at school. Yay. I know. All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
What did you think? Did you have fun?
Yeah. I'm pretty glad I got to be able to like say my opinion, and now people can be like, oh, I wonder what she thinks about this, and yeah.
Okay.
So hopefully we can do another one with other people that asked some questions, and maybe we can answer them.
Okay.
So if you guys have any questions, what?
Nothing. You're just so natural at this. My business partner is gonna die laughing. He knows because he tells me to ask this stuff all the time on the podcast or on the interviews and the podcast, and you're just doing it without even knowing.
Because I watch YouTube.
Oh, yeah, you're better at it than me because you do watch that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Okay, look at you.
But seriously, if you guys have any questions, for like me as a kid, totally comment or whatever.
Yeah, send me a message and I'll filter.
Yeah. Because there's no other way to contact me.
Well, plus, I don't want people directly contacting you.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, well, that's just,
That's scary.
There's some screwed up people out there.
Yeah.
So, all right, but there are a lot of people looking for answers and need to hear this stuff too.
Okay.
So, okay, but yeah, I will filter that stuff.
Okay, that sounds better.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, well, I love you.
I love you.
And thank you.
Thank you.
I'm glad we did this.
Yeah, me too. I got really excited.
Cool.
Because Sam isn't here and No, because you said I said something like, can we blah blah blah.
Can we do this?
Yeah, and then finally we got the chance and I'm like, yay.
Cool.
So, yeah.
All right. All right, kid.
Okay.
Thank you.